I think it's important as a Christian or a follower of Christ, it doesn't have anything to do with your salvation, but I think it's important for you to understand certain things biblically from a Jewish perspective so you can gain a little bit of clarity. So I want to talk about the word Elohim. The first place in the Bible where we see the word Elohim is in Genesis, the first lines of Genesis. In Hebrew, it says, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et ha'eretz. That means, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Elohim is the word used that we translate as the word God. Is that the name of God? No, it's not. The name of God is Yahweh, not Elohim. So what does Elohim mean? We got to go to the text, to the authors who used the word, to the culture who used the word, and we see how they applied it in the text. First place we see it is in Genesis, Bereshit bara Elohim. If you keep reading, you'll see how the writers of the Bible use this word. And let's talk about the witch at Endor. Saul went to the witch at Endor and he wanted to talk to the dead prophet. He asked the witch to raise the prophet from the dead so he could talk to them and find out what was going to happen to him. If you read it in Hebrew, it says, the witch says, I saw Elohim coming out of the ground. Samuel's spirit was described as Elohim, the same word used in Genesis. If you were an ancient Israelite and you read the text, you would understand the term Elohim meant a spiritual being, in opposition to B'nai Adam, a son of Adam, or a human made out of flesh. So Yahweh is an Elohim, and he's described as the Most High Elohim. The other spiritual beings were what we would call like the lowercase g's, the little gods. But Elohim represents the spiritual realm. If you live or reside in the spiritual realm, you are an Elohim. So what we see in the text is that God created other beings besides humans, and they are spiritual beings. Even today, when people talk about UFOs or UAPs or, aliens and things like that, if I was an ancient Israelite today and I heard those things, I probably would be thinking of Elohim, just like in Genesis. So let me tell you where this applies in other places in the text. When we read in Genesis, it says, the sons of God, B'nai Elohim, came down to the women, Benot Ha-Adam, the women of the earth, and they mated with them. These were Elohim, these were spiritual beings that left their abode and came to earth and had sex with women and created offspring. Where do we see these beings in the New Testament? Well, you see Jesus casting out demons, Jesus going against the Satan. These are all spiritual beings. In Jude in particular, it says the angels who left their abode and went after the women with like an unnatural desire. Is speaking about Genesis. God punished those Elohim, and it says he put them in chains until the end. But the good thing is Jesus, when he died on the cross and he paid the punishment for sin, he also gained and took back the authority that was given to those spiritual beings after Babylon. All authority under heaven and earth was given back to Jesus. If you don't know Jesus, you should take the time today to really get to know him. You ask Jesus to come into your heart and your life will change.